watching the Lakers,
Yeah.
editing shit, computer work.
Oh, I know
You know
that
about
feeling.
that.
Bro, we got like 10 episodes of our podcast recorded this past week.
Man,
Ooh.
look, people don't realize how tiring recording podcasts can be. Actually,
Oh yeah. Well, and that was only the half of it. We also shot 8 clips, 9 clips. Yeah. And we did a full day helping Ray Ray run her booth.
oh my goodness, and that's right.
So
I was at Exotica.
yeah. And then drove the 12 hours back home.
Y'all drove.
Always. We're just cruising.
I ain't gonna front. I ain't gonna front. I prefer to drive than to do public anything. Cause
Yeah.
I used to love doing that anyway, just driving in general. I miss driving. Lord knows.
Yeah. Plus, with my big ass,
Yeah.
I ain't getting on no fucking coach.
No, no. What I hate is the layover because I got to take a trip to Charlotte, and
Yeah.
it's not as bad going. It's the coming back is the problem because the coming back is 10 hours, and I was like,
Yeah.
I got a 3 hour wait at the train station. I'm like, what the fuck I'm gonna do for 3 hours?
Train station? How are you
Train station.
flying into a train station?
Oh no, no, I'm taking the train. I have no. I'm not about.
Oh, yeah, that's a you problem, buddy. I won't do a train.
No, I don't mind the train. Well, one because the train station is closer than the airport,
Mm,
and I don't feel like spending all that Uber to get to that
yeah.
airport because that motherfucker is expensive.
Yeah. Until we get trains like they do in Germany or Korea, I ain't doing no fucking
Yeah,
train.
which is crazy because they've been talking about this super train they're supposed to be having in North Carolina forever, and they ain't built
Yeah.
shit.
Bro, we're too damn big. We are too big of a state. We are not Europe. Like we we've got a state that's as big as Europe. Like
Yeah,
it's
and
that is this is not the place to try to do that. We decided a long time ago we weren't doing high speed rail.
no, 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 that
So
motherfucker.
yeah, that's I won't be taking any high speed rails for at least another 20 years until I'm ready to die. Then I'll start taking the rails.
I said now, if it comes to me, like if I'm able to take a plane, now I will have to take a plane, but I have to go out west. That's ain't no way. No, I'm not doing a train to the west coast. I don't know. No,
Yeah, yeah.
but could one, my smoke spot, my smoke stops. I plan to smoke,
Yeah, yeah.
so I want to get to where I want to get to quick. Oh my goodness! So what's been going on, people?
So I mean
Are we interview now?
I'm like you can talk like
Oh, are we going
Yeah,
interview now?
we do one here from the wifey too now.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, what's going on now?
Yeah, starts talk.
Yeah, we have some podcasts going through. We worked on some podcasts,
Mm-hmm.
and I did a scene with Mega Drive and Wade Jones. It was my first time to do a scene with Wade Jones,
Mm-hmm.
and it was interesting to actually meet him because I guess Ray Ray hired him to do a scene as a male performer,
Okay.
and we were in the basement, and he was fully naked in the laundry room because I guess they took a little break, and he runs downstairs, and I think he said, "Oh, I'm sorry, Jasmine. I'm naked." And I was like, "I'm not complaining. I'm okay with that." And he goes, "Well, all right." I was like, "Well, so how is your collabs going?" Well, something happened. Like they both canceled. He goes, Meanwhile, he's holding his crotch, and I was like, "Well, oh,
His
okay."
dick. You don't gotta church it up.
Yeah, his dick, and I said, "Well, hmm." And he offered. He's like, "Hey, I mean, I could fill in if you want." Okay, that'll be great. Meanwhile, he's still naked, and I'm like, "Hey, let's exchange, Twitter or X's,
Yeah.
or let me get your number as we're talking." He goes, "I would like to do that after I'm finished my scene." I was like, "Okay, good idea.
This
Why don't
is
you go upstairs?"
So
and this
the
is
funny
how
part that
strategic your boy
he
is.
he is holding his dick, and
Yeah.
he is such a fucking gentleman, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Not
Now
Bob.
this is
Bob
hey
dick would have been just hanging there like like won't nothing that like yeah. We could definitely do the collabo. Yeah, definitely. I'm not.
Bro, let me tell you. So, little backstory on that, right? So, they had taken a pause because he was overheating. It was getting really warm in the house.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, it's cold down in the basement. This is, again, strategic. I'm like, it's nice and cold down in the basement. You know, go down there.
Yeah.
Jazmine's down there. You can chat with her while you're cooling off.
Oh, yeah. That's
He's
smart.
like, I can go down there naked. I'm like,
oh yeah, because as a husband, see, this is what people
she'll like
understand.
that.
As a husband, we scope out your male talent for you.
Yeah.
We'll scope it out quick. It'll be like, oh yeah, give me many times I look at a dude, I'll be like, man, I would love to see him with Tish.
Yeah.
I was
Exactly.
and it's not just because I get turned on by watching my woman get fucked. It's also the business aspect of it.
Yeah. You know if it's gonna sell well. You know if your clients and customers are gonna like it, and you know.
Oh yeah, because trust and believe is like. Then what we try to tell you, male talents, y'all need to realize that some of these women are married, and you might want to get cool with the husband. Smoke a blunt with him, have a conversation. I know I'll be doing that. But we're like, why he ain't with the girls? Why he with the husbands? I'm trying to get money shoots, man. So with that being said, let me get this out of the way. Hello, smokers. Welcome to the Smoking Lounge. You know who I am, Kavanaugh the Super Champ, aka the Porn Rap Star. Find all my links with one link, allmylinks.com/Porn Rap Star. 4 sponsors to tell you about: Racism Magazine, BlushRocker.com, our 2 new ones, the Kinky Candle Company, find them on Etsy, as well as the Queen of Law from the Queen City, none other than Mitchell Ferrari, for all your legal needs. That means if you need something expunged, she can get it expunged. Go check her out. Also find me on fullslotradio.com, as well as the BGP LLC app, as well as skyhawkafterdarktv.com. Now, as you can see, this is one of my favorite porn couples. You see the beauty, sexy, lovely Jazmine Cruz. And then, of course, Mr. Sexy Buns.
Yes, sir.
And he don't mind showing them buns off, the one and only JR Cruz, a.k.a. Cruising with the Crew. Say hello to the smokers.
What's going on, y'all?
So let me get with the podcast. What are we expecting for this new season of your podcasting?
Okay, so we've got about 4 episodes out right now. We started releasing once a month, and now because we've had time to create so many episodes, we're gonna start switching to twice a month. We've got a bunch of different creators. Our first episode was with one of the best producers in independent biz, Mr. Mark Blaze from Blaze Studios.
Okay.
Then our second episode is just the 2 of us doing a recap of our trip in New Jersey for Exotica. Episode 3 is with one of my sons, using air quotes, Matty Icy, who we talked just about his journey thus far, some of the fun stuff, told a little bit of fun little details. They can get a peek at what we shot while we were in Jersey. Episode 4 was with none other than Team VP's own Mr. Nuts and Kelly Shin.
Yay!
So all 4 of those are out on all podcasting platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud. If there's any others, I can't remember what the hell they are.
So it with the podcasting.
Yes, sir.
Because it's becoming saturated, especially on the porn side of the podcasting. Right. Because it seems like a new one pops up every day. Is it that as talents, people seeing the value of having a podcast? Because I'm not even gonna lie. Since I've been podcasting, I was already getting good sales, but my sales done went the fuck up.
Yeah.
So is it that people are seeing podcasting is the way to go to promote their porn? just as much as themselves?
So for us, it was more of we listen to a lot of different podcasts out there.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wants to kind of normalize, destigmatize, and all that stuff, but we thought that we had a different angle
Mm-hmm.
looking at it the way that we did, in that we share with our audience not just like that part of it, but our journey and our personal lives.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like we talk about our kids, we talk about the balance that we have to have between vanilla and work. We give them a little peek behind the screens, talking about how we prep for stuff. Like the logistics that go into it, all of the other things, because it's not just I show up, my dick's hard, now to start fucking witches.
Yes.
Yeah, we just talk about a lot about behind the scenes things about porn, about anxiety, trying to be comfortable with others, and the health measures behind doing porn. People may not know, we do TTS testing.
Mm-hmm.
We still do this, but we go back to being a parent, going back home, and then with JR, of course, managing me and booking me now, because now I used to have an agent. Now he's has a load of a good stress because it's me, but we work as a couple.
I got this load on my back, and it's weighing me down. But
if you want to be honest, if it's no different than my situation with Tish.
Yeah.
It's when you the husband, you kind of end up playing manager whether you want to or not, because they're gonna come to you and ask for your opinion.
Yeah.
And they're going to lean on you to do a whole bunch of stuff. Like, because let's just be real, half these women don't feel like goddamn editing shit. They don't feel like uploading shit. They just want to look pretty and fuck on camera. It's our job to do all that shit.
JR is hard. He actually wants me to learn. He's like, I'm tired of doing this. You're gonna do this so we can both help each other. And it's true. It gets easier when I help him. But at the same time, I'm not gonna lie. He's a little bit more quick in learning technology. I'm a little bit more on the slow side. So he might be like, I'm trying to help him when I'm really not really helping him. I'm helping him move a little slower than usual.
Yeah.
And sometimes sometimes it's a blessing getting to spend that extra time and sharing and learning from each other. Other times it's like
I'm trying.
But see, but the thing with on the podcast tip, because y'all's is what, audio and video or just audio?
Currently just audio.
Audio, yes. So y'all ain't dealt with the video beast yet.
Yeah, no, not yet. We wanna build a decent enough following that fall in love with our voice before we give them the benefit of
what we look like.
Believe it or not, I did not want to do video. I was trying to avoid it by all cost.
Yeah.
Damn it, these people. It's bad when people like, "Wait, do you do video?" Then my mentor, shouts out to Omari the Rebel, man, you gotta do video. Cause I listen to Jim Cornette, all he do is audio.
Yeah.
And stuff. So, but the thing about it is the monetization of it.
Yeah.
Finding the way to make money with the podcast or through the podcast. How did y'all navigate that?
So we're still hoping to start making money through the podcast. So, for anybody that is interested in sponsoring, you can reach out at justcruisinpodcast@yahoo.com. But we have a great platform, a great set of producers that are kind of hosting our show for us. Age of Radio. Big shout out to Jeremy, who runs that. We're able to upload all of our stuff to Megaphone, and then he gets everything published to the different podcasting sites.
Okay.
I get to add, and we have the ability to add advertising to it. So I get the option to pick where in the show the ads get placed. So I do like 2 right after our intro, and then 2 at the end. And so we get once we start getting enough listeners and downloaders, we get I think it's like $7-8 per 1,000 downloads.
Yeah, because even with me, like I said, thank God for the ad revenue. Thank you, Spotify
Yeah.
podcasters, for the ad revenue because it's a beautiful thing. And then the funniest thing is, I actually saw that I charted on Apple 248. I said, damn, I actually made the chart
Hell yeah, man.
with chartables and stuff. But it's kind of like with my podcast, everything I learned, it was organic and through actually watching others or what have you,
Yeah.
and everything, even to figuring out where I could play stuff and everything. Yeah, check out Good Parts.
Yeah.
Check out Good Parts. Get it on there. I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
So with with the podcast, um, how much have y'all been integrating into your brand with the porn? Like, I'm surprised y'all don't like do a podcast. You know what I'm saying? When y'all be doing like, when y'all be having the content houses and stuff like that, because it's perfect opportunity to do little creative stuff that could go with the podcast.
Yeah. So one of the things that with ours is we don't we don't try to make it outwardly salacious. There's already a decent amount of folks doing it right with that type of stuff with,
Yeah.
your plug talk, pillow talk,
Yeah.
turned on podcast.
Yeah, yeah, cause me, even with me, like with the premium smoke room,
Yeah.
it's Howard Stern, but we try to get you to learn some shit while you look at the titties. So
Yeah.
with a little bit of fun. So yeah, it's kind of trying to find your lane in it.
Yeah.
So you stick out and you actually are hitting a niche or a need that's not being met within the podcast, in that part of the podcast community.
Right. So, I mean, and I like to think that that's kind of what we did is we saw that there was maybe a need for people to be able to gain a little bit of that, and then just kind of, like I said, just get to know us a little bit more.
Mhm.
Like I like to think that when people listen to us, they almost feel like they're just right across the table from us, having a drink and just shooting the shit.
And I really enjoy that. After we do a scene, we've actually did. Hey, do you mind doing a podcast right after the scene? Your feedback after the scene or something, and it works out great because every one of them said yes. So they're really like it was some of their first times to actually do a podcast with us, and it felt
That's I love
really
catching
great just to be comfortable with us.
Yeah. And then for Don Juan and his PR company, big shout out to Don Juan. He wants us to interview all of his peoples.
Don Juan gets it where these
Yeah.
other PRs don't.
Yeah.
He gets they need the podcast, and people don't realize, especially you content creators and porn stars, these podcasts, their podcasts, my podcast, my man, the Fitness Protection Project, my girl Lily Craven, her stuff. God dang it, it's a whole bunch of them. Even to the point, my man Heck Tech, he got his thing popping. Did this help you actually reach a fan base that you can't reach with your OnlyFans or Twitter?
Yeah.
Period. Because people really love listening to podcasts to the point that podcasts are changing radio now.
Oh yeah, I listen to them while we're on our road trips. We
Yeah,
have quite a few that we kind of will burn through and listen to when we're there on the road doing nothing else.
Yeah.
So.
Because to me, it's like, it sounds funny as fuck. Like one of my favorite podcasts broke up, and my Tuesdays is fucked up. You see, the thing is, podcast, y'all had to break up. But see that, but it made me think, because that show you how much podcasting is a part of a person's life, and two, everybody can do it, because you have to actually be entertaining because you're talking.
Right.
So it's kind of like, to me, it's like, it's a lot of people that I hear their podcasts, I be like, God, you're boring.
Yeah.
But see, but the thing about it is, like, with y'all, when y'all watch the other podcasts, do y'all learn from those podcasts? Because like with me, like for example, I watch Joe Budden. I listen to his cadence. I listen to when he gets loud, when he don't get loud. when he emphasizes something, he don't emphasize something, mannerisms and stuff like that, and stuff. Do y'all pay attention to stuff like that when y'all watch stuff like that?
Yeah, for me, I think JR got me started with podcasting because I used to be like, oh, Joe Rogan's show again. But then after I watching it the whole in
Yeah.
full hour and a half, I learned that he's able to be comfortable, ask really goofy questions, whether serious or not. And every single person that he's interviewed had that comfort level. He and then he'd say a point that he wanted to get across. And I was thinking, wow, maybe in our podcast we can mix it up like that. But then you know, and I really got intrigued by it. And I said, well, I'm gonna keep listening. And then after that podcast, we were listening to Swing Nation, which is talks about the swinger life because I was telling JR there's certain things in the swinger lifestyle I don't understand, but he broke it. She broke it down.
Northern guy and
Northern guy, Southern girl broke it
Yeah.
down to there's definitions in there. So we put definitions in the porn life that people may not know. We
Mhm.
break it down to you know, how the important questions people may have or what they're thinking of, and how to put it in an organized way. And I said to JR, this is it. But this time, when we do podcasting, we don't have a script. That's why everyone's like, wow, how do you come up with these questions? We actually meet the performers on the set. So
Mhm.
sometimes JR is a great host. I'm a co-host. He just breaks it down to like, man, you sound like a real radio station, like, DJ or something. Me, I'm more like, yeah, why do you like the color green? Is it part of your life? And here's JR, like, okay, so how does this influence your life? How did you get into this? I really like the color green too. It gives life to everything. It's just like
Yeah, because
I
I'm
think
sorry. The hardest thing is to bleed to get blood from maternal. To actually get a guest who don't want to talk talking.
Yeah.
And that takes skills, yo. That takes skills because I
it
done pulled out
does. And the
some
thing is,
good
we try to present our personality too. Because in real life, what you see and what I do is I ask the simple, basic questions that are, if you're curious, JR breaks it down to like, okay, let me get serious, but yet put a little bit of open-ended questions. And I know I have to work on it, but I think it's because when the camera's rolling, even though it's audio, like JR said, it's good practice for me. So when we move up to the real thing in front of the camera, I don't freeze and get nervous because he sees me and looks at me and he calms me down. He looks right at me because I'm always shaking, like, what do I say next? But he said, it'll come natural with time,
yeah,
with
because to
everything,
me,
anything.
like people always ask me, well, do you have any questions? No, not really. I don't like giving you questions.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like doing that. I like engineering the conversation with the questions, and I actually get the questions off the shit that you tell me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because to me, it's like I heard when they talked about when Shannon Sharp is getting better with that. When he talked to Cat Williams,
Mm-hmm.
it when Cat started going off the rail, he couldn't roll with him because he
Mm-hmm.
was stuck on them cards. And to
Oh my God,
me,
dude! I just recently saw this. That was
and yeah,
that was
you saw he
crazy.
didn't know what to do. He might as well just took the
He's,
cards. Thing.
one minute he's like, "Oh wait, hold on, what you saying there, cat?"
Hold up, Cat. You know that's my friend now. But and that's why I like when I look at like the guys I look at academics, I look at Joe Budden. Joe
Yeah.
Rogan is a master of it.
Yes.
He goes off the top. There ain't no cards.
Yeah.
Period. He roll with anybody. And all he
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
is bounce off what the dude tell him. Oh, well, elaborate this. Okay, say this.
Yeah.
Period.
And then he'll call him out, or he'll be like, "Oh wait, hold on, Jamie,
Yeah.
check that out."
Look it up.
We eventually wanted Jamie, but a much sexier one, maybe more scantily dressed.
Yes.
You know.
Shoot. I mean, you got that in the sexual, that we keep it 100, in the sexuality realm.
Yeah.
Women-led podcast dominates this. We see this.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one, y'all got a good dynamic because one, y'all can talk about relationships because
Yep.
Yes.
That's what everybody want to talk about. Oh, by the way, they're married.
Yeah.
So she can sit here and say, yeah, my husband does.
Mm-hmm.
But these females not even married talking about something. Yeah, send me $100 for lunch. You didn't say that your man does that because you don't have one.
Yeah.
And do you have a lot of couples that listen to you and actually try to get feedback from y'all?
We definitely solicit. We ask for feedback from other couples and stuff, and we've reached out, sent our stuff out to our friends within the lifestyle community and in the porn community, to try to get feedback, see what we can do better. Because we're always open to learning or seeing everything from another angle.
But I mean,
So again,
with listeners, because
yeah. So
y'all being a married couple that's doing this in the lifestyle, no matter how you skinny it, that's kind of an inspiration and a learning tool for couples.
Yeah.
So if you have any couples that are fans that kind of say something to y'all, send y'all DMs or what have you.
Not yet. We're hoping, you know, soon.
It's coming.
From your mouth to God's plan. Very much hope that does happen eventually.
Yeah.
But regardless, we're having an absolute blast doing it. I couldn't imagine doing it with anybody else.
Me too. It's always fun.
But yeah, you know, like we get to be our authentic, unfiltered selves and have a blast with it. So, you know, it would be great if this starts to make a profit and has more of a bigger reach to the community, to fans, to, you know, whomever. And we would love to help mentor, help assist, you know, other couples and stuff that may be struggling, that may want to go through some of this, or you know, just curious about how it all works. That is what we're hoping for.
Now, people, you see why I'm heading with this, because y'all want to have these lovely relationship conversations all the damn time. I got to hear on YouTube. So we about to go there. Let's go. So,
let's go.
Okay.
The main topic of this is that you hear about people in the swinging lifestyle, what have you, with couples. You have a traditional marriage. You have all this shit, these conversations. That's what the guy I did not hear when I was 20.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to find out when. I never ever in my life asked a woman about her body count, but I digress.
Yeah.
Nor did I ever care. Y'all some sensitive motherfuckers, I'm sorry. But
oh, God, my back.
The biggest thing is that I know a lot of men, we kind of live our lives for other men. And we actually live off of other men's opinions.
Mm-hmm.
So when you and her started doing what y'all were doing, lifestyle or what have you, how much did you deal with other dudes' opinions? I know there was some motherfucker that had some smart shit to say.
Oh, all the time. Like for me, all the time with the vanilla folks, you know, they feel like all of the, you know, oh wait, you let her fuck other dudes too? Like yeah, she's gonna let me fuck other chicks. You want to keep?
They missed that part.
Happy, man.
They missed that part of it.
Yeah, they're like, oh, I would never let my wife fuck another man. I'll do a threesome, but all I can think of in my head is like, you're a fucking moron. You're kind of a piece of shit. That's something, that's a red flag right there. And number one, number two, like clearly there is a very not healthy power dynamic in that marriage. If you don't see your wife as an equal or your superior, because let's face it, they better than us in basically everything. They're fucking morons.
I know men getting mad. Get the fuck over it. Go ahead.
Yeah,
finish.
Seriously. How about you just be grateful that they put up with your dumb ass? Because men in general, we're a fucking mess. And we're lucky enough to have women like these that actually put up with our shit and still support us. And like, y'all should be doing whatever the fuck you can to make her happy.
See,
yeah, I agree. In order to do content with,
of course you agree. I would hope so.
I feel like in order to do content with me, you gotta go past this guy because
Mhm.
he knows me well. He's known me for 20 years. He knows what I like. Personality and a good chemistry is all it takes to win me over. Now, if you're gonna act disrespectful, rude, and just want to do the straight, let's just have sex. That's it. I want to get to know you. I want to know more than that because I want this to be a good friendship, not just a business friendship, but a friendship as in, hey, you want to hang out, get some coffee,
Yeah.
talk about life when we meet in their state, So it's always fun that way. We meet so many people, and
Yeah.
sometimes we've gained a lot of friendships that way. Not just business, but actually we've hung out, had lunch or dinner, and then drinks and talked about life and just simple things like that. People don't realize the importance of we're not getting any younger, so we also want to have fun and enjoy the time we have together because this is like coming from being a parent to this kind of life, we don't get enough time to travel. I think that our kids are now out of sports season. So
Mhm.
once we go back to sports season in the next few months, that's where our lives gets really focused on that.
Mm.
You know.
Yeah, and see,
One.
also, it don't hurt that your husband, it, just as a man, right? I see he's your husband. Then I see he do a scene. Okay. because the reason why I say that because a lot of time when these dudes work with a chick,
Mm.
their thoughts, and let's keep it real as men, he
Mm.
ain't thinking it right. Unless you see the nigga and you see him, and oh, damn. It's like you look at Richard Mann's wife, he ain't banging it right, but you see Richard Mann bang something, you be like, okay, this is strictly professional. There's no way in hell I could ever impress her. That's why I used to love. I was like, just let dudes know. Don't think that because bruh, I gets down, my brother. Period. But it's kind of like with how many of the? Well, I mean, I know they probably know ahead of time or what have you, but how many times you had moments where they didn't realize the town didn't realize y'all were together.
I don't think we've ever really come across that at least yet. Mostly because like when we're doing like if we're doing collabs and stuff, like I'm already there. I'm kind of helping run it as it is. Um, but I can see definitely like when we're at a convention, if like say I don't move so well anymore, like things hurt. I've been,
Oh,
I've,
trust
I've
me,
been to war a few times. 20,
I,
20
I,
years
I
retired
know.
from the army. Like I need to settle
and,
down a
and,
little bit
and you
more
was an
sometimes.
athlete like myself, so yeah, I know.
Yeah, like so there'll be times where she's moving about the crowd or whatever, meeting people, greeting fans, shit like that. So sometimes in that type of a scenario,
Mm.
I do see sometimes where she'll like bring them back to wherever I'm at. I'm like, oh hey, this is my hubby JR. JR, this is such and such. And you say husband, all of a sudden that dude's like, like Matty Icy,
Mm.
great kid, very respectful talent. I guess he let slip that he was terrified of me when he met me the first time because he met Jazmine separate.
Yeah.
Like he was hanging out with Parker Ambrose and they're all talking and hugging and chatting and all that stuff. And he's like talking about like eventually trying to do a collab or whatever. And he's like, "Oh, come on, back to the booth." And so he comes over and and she's like, "Maddie, this is my husband." And he's like, uh,
Yeah,
"Sure,
because
nice to meet you."
the reason why, because it's kind of like, especially in the black community, we're not
Yeah,
taught to share ours.
yeah,
We're openly.
yeah.
They're clear. You know what I'm saying? They do it behind the closed door, but not openly. So it's kind of like when you meet somebody's husband,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, because most of the time, let's keep it 100. The way these ladies sell themselves, they sell themselves as being available.
Mm-hmm.
Not kill the fantasy. Period. So any female that's able to continue to make money and make waves in this business, and she's known to be married, you a bad, excuse my language, bitch. because that's sometimes a turnoff for some dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a turnoff, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Period. So it speaks to the testament of how bad a chick is that she's still hot, and they know she got a man at home.
Yeah. Well,
So
we
you a
do
bad
we
chick.
do we do enjoy a little bit of adventure, and a little bit of strange every now and then. So the good thing about that is we also make sure we market ourselves as, swingers.
Mm-hmm.
So they at least are kind of like, oh, well, I still got a chance. You know, it's almost better for some guys because they're like, oh, so I can maybe fuck this girl and then her not try to come at me for some money.
I mean, I'm saying it's a
To
win-win.
be true, she's still gonna try to come at you for some money because
Oh,
pay to play, bud.
ain't shit for free.
That's right. That's right.
I keep saying this. Dick is for free. Pussy has never been for free. You
Yeah.
either gonna pay with money or time. Either way,
Oh
you
yeah.
something.
Our dumbasses, we just try to give it away. We're like, yeah, take the dick. Come on,
Take the dick, yeah.
come on. It's right here. It's
That's why they
free.
say
It's
women get it
ready.
when they want it. Dudes get it when it's available.
Yeah.
Yeah, that don't how we get it. So, so I noticed. So, how has the strip club situation been going on with your mama? I got that.
Uh,
I ain't been to
yeah.
strip.
It's been doing. It's been great, actually. I've been with the club in South Carolina, Platinum West, for 6 years.
See,
And when I reflect back on when I first started, and not many people didn't know me, and
yeah,
getting clients was hard. It was a lot of hard work, but now I think this year has been a really great year for me. I've been doing really well. Clients, they're recognizing me. I've been really promoting my Jazmine Cruz card, but like, hey, before if you want to do a dance with a really awesome girl, there's this girl who does porn. So I'll joke around and show it, and then be like, oh, cool. And I said, well, that's me. And I was like, oh, and that helps with sales. And I'm always saying, well, you can watch these. This is my domain. I self promote. I promote myself on Instagram. Was the idea of JR. When I first started, I didn't even do social media. I was pretty much wondering how can I get clients. But JR was like, no, you say when you're there, exact time. They will be there, and say, hey, you know, tell them exactly when and where, and then and wear something cute, something that they like, and say, hey, what if you want me to wear this that day you work? That'd be great. So I think this is the year that I've actually been quite successful, and people have been good to me and been throwing tips on stage. I haven't seen it rain this year for that every time now, so it's really exciting to show JR. I'm like, here's the video, here's the picture. Like, people are really excited about my personality, and they're really excited about the podcast. I mean, actually, some of them have subscribed as I'm talking
yeah,
about us and our goals with this podcast. So a lot of them are excited about, I guess the intellectual side of it. I guess they don't like. JR was like telling me, that's your line. I'm more than just a pretty face. You talk about your accomplishments, about your past, about that you love doing what you do, but you also are a business entrepreneur. Like you're getting yourself together, and everyone's seen the transformation of what I used to look like, all shy on the seat saying, would you like a dance? And then JR comes in and like, no, you come in with your personality. You're like a fireball. Get in there. When you come to Exoticas or the events, you say, hi, I'm Jazmine Cruz, shake their hand, get in their face. Don't be all shy. You've got lots to offer, like your smile. You're genuine, you're sweet, and sometimes people aren't like that, but you are. So I thank JR for coaching me and telling me that there are good people out there that's willing to go above and beyond and help me out, and tip me on Cash App or tip me on stage to say, hey, you're doing a great job with you and your husband. This is our token of our appreciation of your hardworking and your craziness. So
Yeah.
I
So,
am a crazy wild one.
what is your theme song you come out to?
It's Dora, Dura, by Daddy Yankee, a
Ooh.
Spanish song.
Oh, Daddy
Yes.
Yankee. Oh, I know about Daddy Yankee. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
I think that's the
Yankee
song I've started
Red
for the last 6 years, and luckily no one's
reggaeton.
been sick of it. So
It'd be great to have like a Filipino song, but They don't have a lot of that pop, you know, kind of rappy, upbeat stuff. It's a lot more passionate and
Pretty
singing
sure that
about
fucking
loss.
Sexy Red up in there somewhere. Some Sexy
Yeah.
Red, little bit of Megan Stallion. His shoe. I haven't been in the strip club, but I know what they probably play.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, shoe, man. Cause I remember the strip club I used to frequent all the time was Brothers 3. It was small as shit. But damn it, it was popping though.
Yeah,
I kind of, and the beauty of that was they can get complete butt ass naked. I
yeah.
loved it.
Mm.
BYOB too, god dang it. You had to
Oh,
believe.
there you go. There you
Oh,
go.
that's
Right.
nice.
And you gotta pay like for $20 beers and shit like that. I like that.
He no he didn't want to do that because he one it was in the hood. So
Yeah.
but see they used to do this drawing
Yeah.
where I guess everybody had to buy a ticket and they put the money in the jar. By the end of the announcement of like who won, yeah, security had to walk them out and tell them to take their ass home.
Ah,
They didn't want to get robbed.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So shoot. So I mean, what else I've been thinking about? So have you done any wrestling stuff lately? You know, I love when y'all ladies do wrestling. I love seeing them pick a motherfucker up and ball a dude up.
I haven't done any wrestling.
Well, no, you did the one.
Well, have I?
Yeah.
Oh,
So we did.
sorry, I did.
So, the gentleman that runs Women of Sparta has started
Mm-hmm.
another series, a more erotic series. It's like I think it's called Pompeii or something
Oh,
similar along those lines. So it's a lot more like sex wrestling type.
mm-hmm.
So we've been blessed that he likes how I shoot it and stuff. That he will sometimes hire us to shoot for his company.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'll run camera and it'll be like her and another female talent, and they'll go out there and they'll wrestle, and then usually it's like one of the women wins and gets to fuck the other one with a strap on and stuff. So and of course me, I hate every minute of it. I don't enjoy it at all.
Yes, he does.
It's sexy women slapping meat is a
Yeah.
beautiful thing.
Yeah. No, dude, my job sucks. It's horrible.
So
Awesome.
so with the wrestling, how can I put this? How much has that enhanced your career? Because like I said, it's one because you have done porn. Okay, yeah, we know you the shit porn, but the wrestling fetish, like I keep telling everybody, this is as niche as it gets. And it's a lucrative thinking. Trust me, even some of the professional wrestlers do, private wrestling videos. So then
It's actually added to being more promotable just because, well, JR is a real former competitive wrestler. So I hand it to him because I know the basic moves. He's been wrestling since he was a teenager and he did lots of competitive wrestling. So it has helped me tremendously because I wasn't really good on the mat until he went through the motions and said, you could do this. This could help you out. Everyone loves sexy women wrestling, and for me, I love it and I enjoy it, and it's a different flavor to give to the audience to see that side of me where I could be sexy, cute in an outfit, but yet be a tough,
badass.
bad A star. Yeah, that.
Yes, because I do remember the last time we talked, you did say you wanted to do an action sequence in one of your porns.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
I know a little bit of karate been doing with some judo.
Yeah. So the thing is, I actually did. It was with FTKL. He's actually a stunt martial artist in Aikido. And when I went over, he does tickle fetish. And one of his models had canceled out. And he said, he didn't know that I knew martial arts. I was like, I took Taekwondo, Muay Thai, and Krav Maga, beginner lessons, but I'm pretty much flexible and I can easily learn. And he goes, well, let's do it. He's like, let's go and make you like, I don't know, an Asian,
assassin.
An assassin. And he actually did the moves. I've never did stage fighting before, so it's different when you're doing it on camera because everything's timed and he's
Yeah.
very professional.
Yeah.
So I remember he was holding a frying pan and I had to like kick him, and there was a lot of choreography and there was another female there. So, and it took a lot of takes, I'm not gonna lie, but I had the moves down. The only problem is the timing.
Yeah.
So, you know, you have to cover yourself a certain way. And if it's wrong, you said we can injure both of us. So I don't want
knock your ass out.
Yeah. Him knocks me out, I knock him out. So I'm nervous because I don't know what. He said, no, you could go hard. I was like, okay, if you say so. But I'm scared for myself because I'm not the professional. So I might be the one falling down. But after a lot of the takes, became fun for me. So I hope when we do the next one, I told him to incorporate like the stage fighting because to me it's an art and it's different. So the audience likes it now. So it's like, hey, you should do more of that. I was like, okay, I guess I have to.
Because for everyone that used to watch Black Belt Theater, right?
Yes.
Think about how many of those fight sequences could turn into a porn scene.
Yes.
Just the part
I
where
thought of it,
he
yes.
blocking the girl, he turn around and hold her from the back. God dang. Oh, there's a porn scene right
There you go.
there. And
Yeah,
stuff.
we are looking at in the very near future getting her to one of the Teen VP events, so that we can get her into some more of that creative, some of the more creative things. I know Mr. Nuts has already got a bunch of wheels turning in his head about her for whenever we do get into it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I've seen his work and I was
I
impressed.
see myself if I ever, because I am going to make it to one of them events, damn it, because I do want to do tits and shots. I want to record that show.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the girls are topless and they taking shots and I ask them some very interesting questions.
Yeah.
This is gonna be, but no, cause like I don't know how versed y'all is with the martial arts films, what have you. If there was a martial arts film that you like, that you would turn to a porn, which one would it be?
I would say I don't know. I really like the Kung Fu Bruce Lee Enter the Dragon. So I don't know, something like that, or a mixture of Mortal Kombat. Like I'm this sexy Asian that with my little quirky, crazy, corny self. Like I'd say like corny puns.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you know, and talk about being a cum slut or like I just love that white creamy stuff. Something that along the lines of sexual, but more of a you know battling it out, but then being like pervy about it. Like, are you ready to begin the fight? But first, touch this or touch that. It'll really get me going to increase my stamina. Something corny like that.
That's
So,
a good one.
Yeah.
Good one.
Yeah,
The one I would go with, you ain't ready for this. 5 Deadly Venoms. They be the females.
What is that one?
Males. 5 Deadly Venoms.
Five Deadly Venoms.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Ooh, it's a good one.
Go check it out. Oh, nah, I would have her be. She'll be the snake. She'll be the snake.
Yeah.
With the head goes, the tail follows. Well, hell yeah. Or well, shoot it. Nah, the other one it would be probably. I like the old school ones a whole lot.
Yeah.
It's I can't think of the name of it, but the whole premise of the Kung Fu movie was this Chinese fighter was married to this Japanese fighter that was white, and they always was fighting, and they always argued about who Kung Fu, whose technique was better, whether it was Japanese karate or Kung Fu.
Right.
So she was pissed off, and I think they get mad at each other. So she calls in her family. He has to fight somebody all the way up until I think her brother will have you. So I think that would make a killer ass like porn sequence of the back of him and the girl. You know what I'm saying? The wife. They could talk about who got this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you're gonna be Japanese.
Oh. No, I don't think that would work. I'd be more on the Chuck Norris scale.
Yeah. He'd
I
be
try.
fair. Yeah.
I try not to be other races because it would just look terribly offensive. Like I can do a lot of accents, as I'm sure you've already noticed on some of the films that I've done.
Good,
but I do have a few. I do have a few rules. If the race couldn't pull off white, then I'd have no business doing it. Like I can do a fairly decent African accent.
Yeah.
I won't do
you
it on
do
film.
You had to do a white African. That's
right. Yeah. The only one I'm gonna get to do is down in South Africa.
Yes,
That's diplomatic community.
Because they'll be like, he just speaks so Zimbabwe out there.
Yeah. Like you don't want me to play a character that's called like Matumbo Imagagwe. Like that would just I feel like that's not
My Timian.
Yeah, that one we're not doing on camera.
Oh my God. So shoot, but I held these people up. I gotta get ready for another show. And they will be back because I'm gonna get them both on the premium smoke room. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I had one couple. I got to get another couple up there. So y'all know what it is, and you know what y'all need to do. Tell them where they can spend that money on them.
Okay, so my website is Jazmine JazmineCruzXXX.com. My TikTok is Jazmine Cruz Official. My OnlyFans is Jazmine. Oh no, Jazmine Cruz OFF1 on Twitter. I mean Twitter. Sorry, on Twitter is so you're testing me. Jazmine. my Twitter is Jazmine Cruz OFF1 and my OnlyFans is Jazmine Cruz Fans.
And then, of course, you can find me on MrSexyBuns.com. That's MrSexyBuns.com for all of my nasty content. You can find me on social media at JR underscore Cruz 2020 on Twitter and Instagram. You can check out our podcast, like I said, on Just Cruisin' podcast, JUST space CRUZ''N. We're on all major podcasting platforms. We would love for y'all to leave us a 5-star review if you like it. Show us some love. We'll show you some love. Always looking for sponsors and people that might be interested to come on the podcast and share a little bit about themselves. Thank you, brother. Yes, we would love to have you on, of course. We will definitely have to talk offline to get that scheduled. Thank you so much for the love you've shown us. Like, we're grateful. And always we reflect back the same way. We make sure we tell everyone that, hey, get on the Smokers Lounge. It's a great time. You're a great host. We're grateful for you, brother.
They just buttering me up, just making me smile. They want me to show my missing teeth.
Oh God.
And don't forget, people, before we sign out, subscribe 2 ways to get extra content. Way 1 on Spotify for you Spotify folk. Savage Smoke. I talk to the top male talents and producers of this business, and we give the real about this business from a male perspective. Yeah, about the ladies in the business, production, everything up under the sun. The second way, y'all already know what it is. The best smoke is what? Always premium. Premium Smoke Room. 5 premium podcasts for you to enjoy. It's more candid, more provocative, more wild, more crazy. Tits come out. Dildos might come out. You don't know unless you subscribe. Oh, and by the way, in the video store, you get to see me in action. Oh, with that being said, you know what to do. Become a premium smoker. Oh, and by the way, if you subscribe, you get shouted out on the show. So you get mentioned. Hey,
there you go.
That with a stick. So with that being
what more
said,
do you
need? There you go. So
yes, sir.
That being said, you know how we end these things all day, every day. Life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience? If you haven't learned anything, smoke this over. Say goodbye to him, Cruz.
Bye, everybody. Guys, love you.
Deuce.